Happy Sunday evening, everyone. I thought I'd do another short video about another favorite viburnum of mine. This one is a Viburnum trilobum, and it's a selected cultivar called Wentworth. The Viburnum trilobum species is known as American cranberry bush because they tend to create a lot of fruit, and it looks similar to cranberries, but it's not at all related to the true cranberry. It's not a vaccinium, okay? A lot of times people ask me, are fruit of viburnums edible? They're not toxic or poisonous or anything like that, but they're just not palatable to us. But the birds and other wildlife love the fruit of viburnums. Again, this one's Viburnum trilobum. It's a cultivar called Wentworth. It is a more compact one than the species one. I have it over here. I'm going to show you in a minute. That gets much larger. This one is probably about the max size it'll get, 6 by 6. Planted it several years ago. It has, again, these beautiful lace cap-like flowers here. This is in part shade, so it blooms really heavily. The reason this cultivar was selected is because it did bloom so heavily. Wentworth is actually named after a farm where it was discovered. The other thing I want to show you is the foliage on this one, because how the species got its name. So I showed you Viburnum placatums the other night, and they had very different looking foliage. So if I step back here, that's Viburnum placatum, right? And there was the snowball, Japanese snowball, right? So they were round and white. And then there was one called summer snowflake, which had the similar flowers to this, but the leaves are much different. So Viburnum placatum really means like these pleated leaves here. So this is Viburnum trilobum, and you'll see the foliage is 3-lobed, trilobum, right? But the flowers are very similar. Viburnum trilobum is a native one to North America. Tends to be more naturally occurring in colder climates up like Pennsylvania and points north. I think it's hardy to zone 3, but another really nice spring flowering woodland viburnum. And then just for comparison, I'll show you the species over here. So when a plant gets selected into cultivation because of a certain characteristic, it gets a cultivar name. And a species plant is one that has grown naturally. And this is the same plant. You can see much different looking habit and form of a species, Viburnum trilobum. It has the same flowers, but it has a lot more wild looking, open, loose habit. And it will get much taller and bigger. And I'm going to show you one more Viburnum trilobum. And this one has no flowers. I don't know that this one flowers much at all. It doesn't for me. But this one is a selected cultivar called JN Select Redwing. And why? Because of these beautiful, when it first comes out, the leaves are really red. You can see again here, the leaves are really red. And it's just really pretty when it first leaves out with all this red foliage. So that's 3 Viburnum trilobums. And that's why you're a plant collector, you have to have more than one.